It is time for another top 5 moments, but we all know there's only one moment for this show that truly mattered, and that was the battle over who created HULKAMANIA. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. It's time for your top 5 moments for SmackDown March 6th, 2003. Overall, honestly, don't think the show was that great, but what was great was the number one moment that we have in this list. And yeah, did I just spoil it in the opening 5 seconds? Possibly, but I mean, what else was it going to be? Raw has been kicking SmackDown's arse consistently now for, I would say, the past few weeks. And on Raw, you're getting multiple great segments, and the SmackDown shows just cannot compete. But what we got tonight on SmackDown, I think, was a moment that is certainly good enough to compete with any moment we've seen on Raw. And that's saying a lot, because I think Raw in the past few weeks has delivered some of the best stuff that we'll see in 2003. But so did McMahon and Hogan right here.
Yeah, WrestleMania season 2003 is to die for. It really is. And that's the difference. Seeing you had bad shows, right, when wrestling was good, there was still like iconic moments to carry it. I think this McMahon Hogan promo is iconic. It's a very, obviously the full unedited version is a bit botchy for Hogan, but here, botchy or the unedited version or the edited version, it's still great, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes Fog Wrestling are botchy when you get the unedited version, so I mean, we're not going to bash the Hogster brother. But no, this was literally a segment that can add like 2 whole points to a show rating.
And I did. We gave it 6.5 out of 10, and I think without this, it'd have been closer to a 4.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just, I mean, you have a couple of these on the show, man, and you're pushing into the 8s. Do you know what I mean? So it's just,
this was a half shoot done right.
Aye,
it wasn't. You know, McMahon wasn't calling him Terry.
No,
you know what I mean, he was. They were keeping kayfabe, but you know, twisting the knife into each other at the same
back
time.
when it was done right.
Aye,
back when it was done correctly. Anyway, let's get in with the worst moment on. Oh, not the worst moment, but number 5, the worst on our top 5. The Cena rap. Cena cutting all a rap on Brock. I mean, it is what it is. A bit generic every week. Cena cutting raps because he can't wrestle. Not that he can't wrestle, but he's not cleared to wrestle.
I think the problem with the raps,
in a few years' time, people will say he can't wrestle.
I think the problems with the raps are, right, they're too long. I think about 30 seconds then he peaks, then he continues on for about another 50, and it's like, nah, John, just end it. The ship has sailed. He doesn't end when the raps hit its peak.
Yeah, I think his raps are better when he's rapping to the ring. There's more flow to it. I think when he's backstage, just rapping, it's
like, Brock, you're the beast incarnate, and I'm gonna whip your ass, or some fucking shit, whatever he said. But it's like, if you're cutting the same rap on the same guy every week, there's only so much you can do.
Is it fair to say Cena needs to wrap it up?
He needs to wrap it up, reel it in, and move on to moment number 4.
Moment number 4, Rey Mysterio, Tajiri Noble title threat match. Winner of this moves on to WrestleMania to challenge the Cruiserweight Champion. And it was Rey Mysterio that won. Honestly, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend this was a great match. It was a fun wee opener to start the show. Didn't last long, and that's probably better.
Yeah, that's all it needs to be. All it needs to be is a 5-minute match to kick off the show.
Yeah,
not
it
today,
wasn't.
Where it's 20 minutes through 5 ads.
Yeah, but you feel like these guys could have had a great match, don't you? Just didn't really.
Well, that is the difference. Like, I mean, yeah, Rey Mysterio 20 years ago with Billy Kidman, and alright, Jamie Noble's alright. Like, I'm not going to pretend he's a world beater.
You know what? Maybe they purposely didn't want to give us a great match on TV. Maybe they just wanted a fun little opener.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it. I mean, it's a cruiserweight title. #1 contendership match.
I mean,
it shouldn't take up a sec for the show.
We weren't timing it because we're not sad like Dave Meltzer, but I would have to imagine this went no more than 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 4 minutes.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, that match is in there.
Dave Meltzer, he's a sad little fucking man.
In 3rd place, we have Hardy versus Billy Kidman with the title on the line. And yeah, no, I thought this was actually a pretty good match. Matt Hardy retains against Billy Kidman. Billy Kidman hit the shooting star press. Hardy managed to get his foot on the rope. We had a side effect off the top rope. Some good stuff. You had Shannon Moore helping Matt retain. Decent wee match. It's official. Hardy versus Ray at WrestleMania.
Is Matt Hardy not the perfect example of how characters matter more than wrestling? Because he's in a division where all the wrestling should matter. But yet, he's the best guy in it.
Well, pretty much.
I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, obviously, Here, see if you want cruiserweight action. Matt Hardy's the last guy I'd phone up. But he's the most entertaining.
Look, here's how you know characters matter. Just look at Jamie Noble. What was his best run in WWE? It's when he was doing the vignettes and the segments, and he was going out for the meals in the restaurants, and he was living in the trailer park, and he was telling Nydia, oh look, we've got money now, we're going to buy this, we're going to buy that, and she was fucking literally sexually assaulting Michael Cole. I mean, that's as good as it got for Jamie Noble. See, once you take that sort of redneck, trash, no money, broke guy who got his claim to fame, all of a sudden, Jamie Noble just becomes, another guy.
Yeah. I mean, look at him.
Look, if you compare this to current wrestling, just Baron Corbin. Look at when they were actually doing the character stuff with the bum ass stuff, and they were doing the vignettes and where he was fucking broke with the mustard on his shirt. But you take that look at Corbin now, where he's just he's Corbin the Destroyer. Corbin's just another fucking bald guy on the wrestler, but roster. Back then he was fucking bum ass. I mean, the proof's in the pudding, man. Just characters matter. Wrestling doesn't.
Well, that's it.
I mean, the guy in the number one spot, people would say, couldn't wrestle a fucking dime. And I'm not talking about McMahon. I'm talking about the other guy.
Yeah.
And he's arguably the biggest of all time. So
let me tell you something, brother.
Second place with the steel cage match, Paul Heyman versus Brock Lesnar. This wasn't bad, but it wasn't really a steel cage match. It was kind of just let Brock beat everybody up in Team Angle. Then him and Kurt can have a little bit of a, squabble, and then they can have a face-off at the end. Bit lame.
I was kind of shocked, though, that they actually end it with Brock winning, and now we're getting him against Kurt next week. I'm convinced that match doesn't go ahead.
I think the build-up to this match for Mania has been pretty damn poor. I'm not saying the build-up for stuff on Raw has been great. I mean, what match has been built up the best for Mania so far? If we're looking at the Mania matches that we've got confirmed, you've got Booker, Triple H, Jericho, Michaels, Austin Rock.
I think it's Austin Rock, hands down. I think Jericho Michaels has actually been alright, but I feel like for most of it, they were unsure if Michaels was going to be wrestling Jericho. It felt like it was just so on and off. Like, they've literally been feuding since Armageddon ended.
Can you not argue that's why it's maybe better and that Austin Rock's still a wee bit hasn't been happening for much?
Yeah, this WrestleMania is considered one of the best ones, but I am fair. I don't think the build-up has been that good in terms of when you actually look. I think the shows have been good, especially from a Raw perspective, but I don't think the build-up for each particular match has been good. I mean, you look at Booker T, Triple H. I mean, it's not awful, but I think it's weird. Like, they are just fucking burying Booker T. And then you've got Kurt Angle and Brock, which has just been, Brock takes on Paul Heyman, he takes on two members of Team Angle, he teams up with Benoit, take on Team Angle. It's just the same fucking shit.
Brock Angle's my least favourite build-up right now, just because it's
don't get me wrong, see the match, it'll be fucking brilliant. But the problem is, the story, it's not really there. No,
it's not there. But what is there is a great moment for number one. Hogan, McMahon, HULKAMANIA, McMahonamania. What McMania is going to win when it comes to WrestleMania?
You're really as stupid as you look, McMahon. If you think I was the right place, brother,
wrong time.
Great for Hogan, great for McMahon, screaming at each other, going ballistic. McMahon screaming that he's the one. I mean, who made Hulkamania? I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit naive, right, for Hulk Hogan to think that without McMahon he would have been fucking a big star. And for Hulk, I mean, you have to pick the right guy.
And it's also naive for McMahon to believe that anyone could have played Terry Bollea, because, I mean, how many Hulk Hogans have there been? One.
Yeah, one Hulk Hogan.
Now, you look at wrestling today, literally anybody can go in that ring and put on a fucking pair of tights and be a vanilla midget. But there's a reason why we've never seen another Hulk Hogan. No one even close to Hulk Hogan. So both guys, I mean, are correct. Both guys helped each other. But
I like the fact they went into the steroid trial as well. McMahon's like, you testified against me, you bastard.
Yeah, and then he brought up Vince trying to put him out of business by going to WCW, very personal. But Hulk says, it was his testimony that kept Vince out of prison.
Which is true. Hogan pretty much said there's never been steroids taken in the WWF, which was a fucking lie, obviously.
Bare-faced lie. Vince says he created Hulkamania, and at WrestleMania, he's gonna kill it. And Hulk says he's been waiting for this all his life. And that Finn's better start training, eating his vitamins, and saying his prayers. And I mean, this was just a great promo, man. We can't do it justice. There's no point in us repeating everything that was said. If you haven't seen it, then
you don't notice that though. I think when there's an awful segment, you can do it justice and bury it. I feel like when something's good, it's like there's nothing we can fucking say.
See when something's great, see us rather than us try to describe what happened. You just better off going and watching it. So I think you can, when something's shite, you can kind of explain it more and make fun of it. But when something's great, you can't recreate that. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with television moments. See if something's great. See, instead of us talking to you about how great it is, we'd be better off saying, here, this is great, go and watch it for yourselves. And that's what you need to do with this number one moment, guys. So that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. I believe it is TNA up next.
8th of April.
8th of April, guys. Be there or be square. There's some sort of production problems with TNA, but we're going to try and work our way around it.
Not the first time TNA's had production problems.
But if anybody has access to the old TNA tapes, buddy, then let us know down below. And well, not the tapes, but preferably if you've got some sort of internet access online where you can screenshot images, then that's what we need. So
what if you just got the images for every show? That would do.
Aye,
Dave Meltzer does. Absolutely.
There'll be
that somewhere.
There'll be someone there. He's got the prints or something. Anyway, that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.